Greetings everyone! Welcome to the Sonic Universe issue 59 review. We're starting a brand new story arc starring Shadow the Hedgehog, featuring Rouge the Bat and E123 Omega. The story is set up as a sequel to the game Shadow the Hedgehog, meaning the comic will be chock full of events to that game. I'm going to assume many of you know the story of the game, but for the one or two who never bothered with the game, here's what you need to know. An alien race known as the Black Arms arrived on the Black Comic to subjugate humanity. Their leader, Black Doom, tried to recruit Shadow and have him gather the Chaos Emeralds. Stuff happens, but what's important was Professor Gerald had Black Doom help him create Shadow the Hedgehog in exchange for Chaos Emeralds. Professor Gerald regretted the decision and left a message for Shadow about being the Earth's hope and how the Ark's Eclipse cannon could annihilate the Black Comic when it returned in 50 years. So Shadow killed Black Doom and destroyed the Black Comet using the Eclipse cannon. The end. So let's see how Shadow and company handled the arrival of a second Black Comet. A shuttle carrying Team Dark and gun unit Spider Troop approached the Black Comet, and after docking, they engaged the enemy. The Black Arms welcoming party stood no chance, and Shadow thought it was too easy. Poor Omega, disappointed there are no more enemies to shoot. The gun troops brought a nuclear warhead and, geez, well, Omega, this guy really likes killing things and explosives. I mean, he would go gaga over the Eclipse cannon alone. He probably did. Anyway, using the nuclear warhead, they hope to destroy the Black Arms for good. We are then treated to a flashback when the gun commander is briefing Team Dark and Spider Troop about the approaching Black Comet. The commander explains that this information must remain secret because, spoilers, after the recent breakup of the planet, the last thing the public needs to learn is that the Black Arms are back. The gun commander asks Shadow if he has any information about the Black Arms. Shadow explains Black Doom only talked about the invasion and not the inner workings of Black Arms, but he is dedicated to destroying this new menace. The gun commander explains the plan to destroy the comet and dismisses everyone, except for Rouge and Omega. Foreshadowing? Back in the present, after discussing the validity of these Black Arms, Team Dark and Spider Troop proceed further into the comet, while unknowingly being watched by this Black Doom XP. Meet Black Death. Yeah. Black Death discusses with another creature about trying to lure Shadow to their side, or kill him. The gun forces are continuing through the chambers, relying on Shadow to guide them. Shadow receives disturbing images of the Black Arms. He then asks Omega if it was difficult fighting Eggman's robots after betraying the Doctor. In true Omega fashion, he thinks all of the Doctor's inventions, save for himself, are inferior, and he enjoys destroying them. They reach a dead end except for a conduit gel, and Shadow, since he is part Black Arms, will use it to scout ahead, despite Rouge's objections. Should have listened to her, Shadow! The rest of the gun forces are trapped in the room with paralyzing gel, and Rouge remembers the last time she encountered the gas. Doesn't it affect organic beings? What about Omega? Shadow hopes to take these forces using Chaos Control. Oh, you're in trouble, Shadow. After some struggling, someone stops the Black Arms forces. This someone is Eclipse the Darkling, revealing himself to Shadow. For the start of a sequel to Shadow the Hedgehog, it's pretty good. Granted, my only exposure to the game Shadow the Hedgehog was through other reviews and playthroughs. I do have a copy of the game, but I haven't played it yet. Maybe one day. Back on topic, let's list off the game references. We have a broken moon. Guess the comic is sticking to the destroyed moon established in Sonic Adventure 2, unlike the games. The Black Comic means Black Arm enemies, direct from the games. In fact, fans of Shadow the Hedgehog will appreciate the references here and there, such as the state of Prison Island, Shadow taking enemy weapons and using them, and Rouge's previous experience on a Black Comet. Now, the comic continuity. The first panel shows the world with purple cracks, something that hasn't happened yet in the main comic. with the whole planet being broken into bits. Oh, we'll see it in issue 256, which will come out sometime after this review. Seems the New World has allowed the gun commander to keep the name Tower. Doesn't bother me. The two new characters, Black Death and Eclipse the Darkling. Since Black Doom himself can't be in the comic, well, make your own, complete with his own Doom's Eye. Or would it be Death's Eye? And for the record, the reason Black Doom cannot appear in the comic is due to some Sega mandate. I mean, even though he's appeared in a panel or so, probably just enough. Whatever, I don't know all the legal mumbo jumbo. Now, for Eclipse the Darkling, he looks pretty cool design-wise. Basically, he's Shadow the Hedgehog minus the Hedgehog part. I'll wait until I see more of these two in action before I make final judgment. Jamal Peppers does great work as always with both human and animal characters, and I'm glad that he is okay. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, see part 4 of my Worlds Collide review. So I'm giving this issue an 8 out of 10. It's a nice setup, and I hope the payoff is worth it. And with that, thank you for watching, and have a good day.